We begin with real-time learning about the politics of education. This week brought big change to the direction of South Florida schools and for Broward County in particular.
Newly elected board members in Broward County were sworn in to replace 4 interim members who had been appointed by the governor, and the new board members quickly reversed some of what their predecessors had done. One of their key acts was voting in as their chair, as the board chair, Lori Alhadeff, and Debbie Hickson as vice chair. That gives the families who lost loved ones in the Stoneman Douglas High shootings the upper hand in formulating school policy in Broward.
And Lori Alhadeff, Ms. Chair, is with us this morning. Lori, it's great to see you.
Lori, welcome.
Good morning.
We are so glad to see you. When you were sworn in, you made some really interesting, upbeat, optimistic comments about setting a new path for the school board. Describe what that new path is.
Absolutely. So we need to get our focus back on our students and our schools, and we need to focus on our strategic plan and implementing that plan so that we can provide the best education and the safest education for all of our students.
You know, Lori, there are some changes you all made right off the bat, right after being sworn in. We'll get to those in just a moment, but it really bears focusing on 4 years after. You as chair, Deborah Hickson as vice chair, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas families who, with profound loss in their lives and a legacy being left as you run for the school board, take over chair, vice chair. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas families are running Broward schools now, and I really would love to hear and have our viewers hear your perspective on that.
So it's going to be almost 5 years this February, and I'm honored to be chair of the Broward County School Board. You know, my focus and the reason why I got on the school board was because of the death of my daughter, Alyssa, who was murdered at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. But the fact that I can help lead our district as chair of the board, it's so important to me to make sure that school safety is a top priority and that we focus on our strategic plan.
Lori, let me ask you, we all want to hear you speak about Dr. Vicki Cartwright, who was fired a couple of weeks ago on a 5-4 vote, with all 5 of the governor's appointees voting to terminate her contract. She still works for the school district because her contract stipulated she needed a 60-day notice. What is the future, as far as you are concerned, of Dr. Cartwright?
So Dr. Cartwright was fired. She is currently the superintendent. She has that 60 days in her contract. The previous board made that decision and made that vote. You know, as you know, there's new board members that are on the school board right now. We haven't yet been able to have a conversation as far as anything, you know, changing, hypothetically rescinding that vote. But we did vote that day to move forward for a national search to find a transformative superintendent, which I did agree to do. And I think it's very important that we stay focused and the attention on our students, and that we can't be flip-flopping as a board. We have to be laser focused on making sure that we're providing an excellent education for our students.
And to your point, one of the things I think a lot of people in Broward and in all of South Florida watching the new politics in education, you are steering a ship that really has not had a rudder in so long, and not the least of which was that scathing grand jury report. Want to go into some of the votes you made this week. One of the first orders of business was undoing what the prior board had done for charter schools and allocating, I think it was about 10 million, maybe a little less than $10 million of property taxes to charter schools specifically, 90 of them in the county. Why did you rescind that? Why not share property tax with charter schools, which are technically public schools?
Sure, but our charter schools, they don't have to play by the same rules as our traditional public schools have to play by. And so I was in favor of rescinding that vote. I think it's extremely important that we provide as much money back into our traditional public schools Charter schools do receive PICO funding. And like I said, they don't play by the same rules that we have to play by. And that money, there's millions of dollars, 10 million this year, 20 million the following year, could go back into our traditional public schools, like providing playgrounds for our schools that don't currently have a playground.
Yeah. Let me go back to the Vicky Cartwright situation. You said that you had voted in favor of a national search to find a transformative leader. Is Dr. Cartwright out of the running?
So as it stands right now, Dr. Cartwright has been fired from the school board. What can come forward in the next, couple following weeks, I don't know. And I think it is very important that we do hear from the new school board members that they have a voice in this process. That's why I wasn't prepared at the time to move forward with the motion to hire Dr. Smiley, because I wanted the new board members to have a voice in who would even be the interim superintendent. I think that's really important. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let me just point out, I'm sure Glenna was going to do it, that under the Florida Sunshine Law, you cannot simply call up other board members and have private conversations. I mean, this all has to happen in public, which is going to happen at your next meeting. When is your next meeting?
So we are at the Florida School Board Association, some of the board members this following week. And then after that, on Tuesday, will be our next school board meeting.
So let's talk a little bit about that public process. Was it a concern to you that the firing process happened late at night with no notice? Certainly, it's not for us to say what is proper or improper for the former board to have done. But in your perspective, was the process fair to Dr. Cartwright, who we are going to be talking to in just a little while live as well? I might as well just throw that out there. Was that process in public enough? Was it fair?
So I was the board member that brought up asking the question to our general counsel whether this went against the Sunshine Law. And we were told at the time that it didn't. I think that it went against the spirit of the law and the process that we normally do. I brought a B1 item forward previously against Mr. Runcie to fire him. So I know what that process is. That process is very important because it does allow for the public to come in to comment. It allows for the media to be present. And it also allows for every school board member to be prepared with their comments and to speak on it.
Lori, you were reelected easily in August in the primary, 61% of the vote, I believe, which is a vote of confidence in you and in your ability to lead the board. The grand jury report expressed it said that the board had mismanaged the $800 million bond issue for renovation, construction of schools in Broward County. Is that under control now?
So I believe it is under control. We are moving forward. We have a goal to be complete with the Smart Bond program by 2025. And so I am very excited to have that, complete, but it really needs to be done with transparency, fidelity. We need to make sure that there are no issues that we're trying to, save or be on target with our costs as much as possible and prevent delays. But it's still very important that we as school board members, that we hold the superintendent accountable for making sure that the Smart Bond is complete by 2025.
That accountability and responsibility and scrutiny on school districts around the state like never before, and we will absolutely keep in touch. So appreciate your time, Lori.
Lori Alhadeff, thank you so much. We appreciate it.